and produce energy.
Landfills have a negative rap. People think that they're going to pollute the environment, when in fact they do the opposite. They're actually designed to protect the environment. When we construct a landfill, we excavate the soil and we get to stabilize soil. And then when we line it with so many feet of compacted clay, and then along that clay layer, we put a synthetic plastic layer on it that we basically seal, make a great big giant bowl.
Once the bowl is filled with garbage, it's sealed and covered with topsoil and is usually ready for retirement. But for Settlers Hill, it's time to go to work. As anaerobic microbes process garbage, they give off methane gas that is piped out of the landfill. All landfills eventually produce methane, which is 21 times more potent than CO2 as a greenhouse gas. The most common way to deal with this atmospheric challenge is to burn the methane before it enters the atmosphere, thus ignoring a powerful resource.
Waste Management saw that we had a problem with wasting good energy. So what they did is experimented building a plant where we could burn the gas as fuel and produce electrical power.
This goes down into the waste mass, into the landfill where the gas is being produced. There's probably, say, 25 miles of piping connecting all these wells and conveying all that gas to the plant. That's sucking air in and comes back.
The main thing is we cannot let landfill gas, which is a greenhouse gas, get into the atmosphere. So no matter what, that's the first challenge.
Keeps this unique landfill operating as a power plant.
These are two Centaur turbine engines. They burn the landfill gas and produce electric power. It's a jet engine. Same thing you find on the airplane when you're going down to Las Vegas or somewhere. And once we get the gas, now you have moisture in the gas. You have to get rid of the moisture. It's very, very wet. You can't just burn it. Then we have to compress the gas. Then it goes into the turbines.
And from the turbines to the power grid.
From that, we provide the city of Geneva, Illinois with about 10% of their electrical power.
And that's only the beginning. According to the EPA, there are 445 landfill waste-to-energy projects going on right now that power over 1 million homes. Accelerating technology has produced its own kind of waste. Almost 1 billion obsolete electronic devices are tossed out every year. Cell phones, computers, televisions, and monitors, all contributing to an epidemic some are calling e-waste. Most of the toxic heavy metals found in landfills comes from discarded electronics. Our computers also leave behind more than 6 billion pounds of plastic, 1.5 billion pounds of lead, and some 600,000 pounds of mercury. Nasty poisons that cause behavioral deficits in children, brain neuron degeneration, cognitive dysfunction, cancer, and pulmonary lesions, to name just a few. And what do we do with it? Most of it we simply ship to landfills overseas, causing havoc to the health of the world.
E-waste is the fastest growing component of the municipal solid waste stream. We need to come up with ways to manage e-waste in the same way that we need to come up with ways to manage all wastes.
Manage e-waste? Done.
Gutter is all recyclable. Okay, this is not trash. And that's why I call it e-scrap and not e-waste. Because e-scrap, to me, has value. Waste, to me, I believe the definition, if I may, is something that is non-recyclable. I'm Jim Glavin, and I process electronic scrap. Currently, this facility processes, on average, about 4 million pounds of electronics per month. In this facility, there are no electronics that go to landfill. Everything is recovered.
With the help of one hardcore machine called the shredder.
Now here, this is where the shredder is now reducing these monitors to approximately 3-inch pieces. And basically, the reason why we need to shred those is so we can create liberation.
Similar to the MRF, like materials are separated from the parts they're attached to.
Manually remove the copper-bearing streams, or we're using magnets to remove the steel, where we're using pulverizers and trommel screens that are act as sizing devices to screen out the leaded cullet in the glass.
But the shredder can't handle everything. Some materials still require a little TLC.
We can't just throw this into our shredding system, shred all this stuff up, because we still want to recover a lot of the value. And a lot of times recovering the value is sorting the equipment to maximize its value. Then from there, we would then take it to reclaim the precious metal at our refinery. Okay, and then we would recover the gold, the silver, platinum, palladium, copper, and other elements.
Thanks to Jim and Company, no waste goes to a landfill, not even the packing materials.
We are working very hard to create a world with zero waste, recycling everything that we can.
Jim is using technology to combat our addiction to technology.